Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TauGtToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about the greatest spiritual life hack to make the law of attraction work for you, not against you. See, the law of attraction is always working, but for most people it's working against them. Their lives are experiencing things they don't want. It's a constant set of circumstances they don't want, but they don't seem to know a way out. But there's a powerful reason for why that is. And also for why people who are getting what they want are getting what they want. Why the law of attraction is working for them, not against them. But it's like gravity. Gravity will work for you if you use it in a way and use other laws. You can get a plane off the ground. Or you can fall off a building and be pulled to the ground to your peril. You can make any of the laws of the universe, whether they be spiritual or physical, work for you, or they could work against you. Now in Psalm 50 verse 12, God says this. It's very interesting. But I'm always looking at how does God do things so I can imitate that. So I can be like God, be as close to being like Him as I can be as a human being. What can I learn from His ways to be like Him? And so in Psalm 50 verse 12, He says this, "If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine and the fullness thereof." Now people have for millennia taken this to just mean, oh, well, God owns everything. But there's an important point here. God isn't speaking lack. He's saying, even if I was hungry, I wouldn't tell you. I'm not putting that out there. I'm not speaking that forth because everything's mine. And when you adopt that mentality, when you don't speak the problem, you don't speak the circumstance, you don't speak what is going on, you don't speak what you're experiencing that's so bad or not what you want. You just speak about what you do want. Speak about the things that you want to have happen to your life and happen in your life. That's what you start to get. But it's a rare person who knows this. Some people know this at surface level, and yet they're talking about pains. They're talking about this problem, that financial issue, this relationship issue. Their children are doing this. This is bad. The government this. And they just keep speaking about the things they don't want. They haven't adopted this positive mentality of speaking about what you do want. Not getting into circumstances and talking doubt and unbelief, but speaking words of faith. As the scripture talks about in Romans, God calls those things that be not as though they were. That's what you should be doing. That you decree a thing and see it be established unto you. That you speak forth words of life, words of encouragement, words that edify, words that build the life that you want. Not talking about things you don't want, not talking about this bad thing and that bad thing, talking about what you want and believing for it. And this is so important. You can go around living life like everyone else, talking about the problems, talking about circumstances, talking about situations, talking about negativity, babbling out the news reports and the media fear and gossip. Or you can be a completely different person, someone who's head and shoulders above everyone else, and speak forth life. Speak forth things that are good and positive and upbeat. Now, I'm going to tell you a simple way to do this in the beginning is stop talking about other people. Too often people get into this trail of negativity because they're talking about other people. Someone brings someone up, well, yeah, you know, they did this. And next thing you know, you're talking about your problem, you're talking about somebody else's problems, you're just talking about negativity and problems. So reverse that. Don't talk negatively about anyone else. Now, I'm going to encourage you to not talk positively about anyone else either. What I mean by that is, if someone brings someone else up, change the subject. If you have to get the subject changed, say something nice and positive about them and move on quickly. Don't belabor the point talking about someone else. Because even if you're talking about somebody positively, it eventually goes down a negative path. Because you're not supposed to be talking about other people. You're not supposed to be gossiping about them, babbling about them, even if it's positive things. So be real quick in your positivity and move on to something else. Because I've seen people who are positive about themselves, but they're going around talking the negativity about someone else. This person has this problem, that person has that problem. What are you doing? You are going to bring more of those kind of issues into your own life. Just because you're talking about somebody else doesn't mean you're not bringing it upon yourself. You're sowing seed and you're going to reap a harvest, and it's not the harvest you want. Even if otherwise about yourself, you're speaking positively. Of course, most of the time in those situations, those people aren't speaking positively about themselves either. But that's a big issue a lot of people have. So when you're thinking about other people, when you're thinking about yourself, think positive thoughts and speak forth positive thoughts. Obviously, speak as little as possible about other people because that's not your place. But speak positive things, things that you want for them. So call someone something nice. If you're talking to someone and they're normally crabby, maybe you say sweetheart. Maybe you say something kind. You give them a kind word about themselves. Something that edifies and builds them up. Maybe they're not a sweetheart. Maybe their heart is not sweet at all. But you say something that's edifying, that's building them up when you're talking to them. That makes them feel better, and you're speaking forth what you want. You're decreeing a thing and seeing it be established unto you. You're calling those things that be not as though they were, and that's what you're going to receive. And I've seen this so many times in my own life where there are people who, in businesses and things, that are nasty to other people, and yet with me, they're the sweetest people. And I've had people tell me, I don't understand why they're so nice to you. They're not nice to anyone. But I always put forth positivity. I always expected the best from them. And even if they started to go into that pattern that they do with other people, it doesn't last with me because I'm not getting into that negativity. I'm not getting into that doubt and unbelief. I'm not getting into expecting, well, you know, that's the way they are with everyone. No, not with me. They can do whatever they want with everybody else, but that's not going to happen with me. Because I'm believing for the best. I'm speaking the best for them and believing the best for them. And that's the way they're going to respond. So this is so important. Don't speak words that you don't want to experience. Don't talk about what you currently see. You walk by faith, not by sight. Don't talk about these things you're seeing, these experiences, these bad things, these circumstances. Talk about what you want. Talk about what you're believing for, and you will experience that. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.